The fall of Brock Lesnar, once hailed as the Beast incarnate, marks one of the most shocking and controversial turns in the world of professional wrestling. Lesnar's dominance in the WWE, his fearsome persona, and his strength inside the ring made him one of the most iconic figures in WWE history. However, recent events have cast a dark shadow over his legacy, with serious allegations of sexual abuse and trafficking that have left the wrestling community and the public in disbelief. The allegations against Brock Lesnar. The controversy began with a lawsuit filed by Janelle Grant, a former WWE employee. The suit accuses Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and Brock Lesnar of being involved in a disturbing series of events. These included allegations of sexual abuse, trafficking, and explicit content sharing. The lawsuit initially focused on Vince McMahon and Laurinaitis, but Lesnar was later named in the accusations, leading to even more shock within the WWE universe. Grant, who worked as an administrator in WWE's legal department, claimed that Vince McMahon forced her into sexual relations under duress in exchange for a job at WWE. She described multiple instances where McMahon allegedly locked her in rooms and sexually assaulted her. Additionally, she claimed that McMahon sent explicit texts and photos of her to other people in WWE, some of whom allegedly showed interest in her. Brock Lesnar's involvement. The most shocking part of the lawsuit was the involvement of Brock Lesnar. According to Grant, after Lesnar signed a new contract with WWE, McMahon allegedly facilitated communication between Grant and Lesnar. Grant claims that McMahon sent Lesnar her phone number, and Lesnar allegedly made inappropriate requests, including asking Grant to send a video of herself urinating. Lesnar is also said to have planned to meet with Grant in December 2021, but the meeting was reportedly canceled due to a snowstorm. The allegations have shaken the wrestling world to its core, especially considering Lesnar's reputation as a fierce competitor. The claims suggest that Lesnar was not just a passive participant, but actively involved in the abuse and exploitation, further tarnishing his image. The inclusion of Lesnar in these allegations raises serious questions about his behavior both within and outside the WWE ring. The lawsuit and the investigation. Following the filing of the lawsuit, Janelle Grant agreed to pause her legal action to allow for a federal investigation. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York requested the pause, indicating the serious nature of the claims and the possibility of other high-profile individuals within WWE being implicated. This decision also hints at the investigation's complexity, as it will involve a thorough examination of the accusations against McMahon, Laurinaitis, and potentially Lesnar. The lawsuit, along with the ongoing federal investigation, has brought significant attention to WWE's internal culture. Under McMahon's leadership, WWE has long been criticized for its handling of issues related to sexual misconduct and workplace environment. The allegations in the lawsuit could potentially expose deep-rooted issues within WWE, raising uncomfortable questions about the company's culture and the actions of its top figures. Impact on Brock Lesnar's legacy. Brock Lesnar's career has been built on his reputation as a dominant, untouchable force in WWE. Known for his raw power, agility, and unparalleled presence, he quickly became one of the most feared competitors in wrestling history. His victories over legends like The Undertaker, John Cena, and Roman Reigns solidified his place as one of WWE's most iconic stars. However, these new allegations threaten to overshadow his remarkable in-ring accomplishments. Lesnar's involvement in a scandal of this nature would not only tarnish his image, but could also mark the beginning of the end of his career in WWE. The stark contrast between his fearsome persona and the disturbing nature of these allegations is jarring, and fans who once admired his strength and dominance are now left questioning his true character. Conclusion. Brock Lesnar's fall from grace is a stark reminder of the dark side of fame and power. Once a hero in the ring, his involvement in a highly disturbing scandal has shattered the perception of him as a warrior and a legend. As the federal investigation continues and the legal proceedings unfold, the wrestling world will undoubtedly be watching to see how these allegations affect not only Lesnar's career, but also the future of WWE itself. For now, the Beast incarnate finds himself in a fight far more consequential than any match he's ever faced inside the squared circle. The scandal surrounding Brock Lesnar continues to unfold, with new developments adding even more layers to the story. As Janelle Grant's lawsuit advances and a federal investigation takes center stage, the ramifications for Lesnar's career and personal life are becoming clearer. The investigation is not only about examining the allegations against Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and Lesnar, but also about shedding light on the broader culture within WWE that may have allowed such behavior to persist. The probe is poised to have significant consequences for those involved, including potential criminal charges if the allegations are substantiated. Strategic pause and federal investigation. Grant's decision to pause her lawsuit while awaiting the results of the federal investigation signals her intent to ensure a thorough and unbiased examination. By aligning her case with a larger, more official investigation, she strengthens her claims and ensures the spotlight is on the truth, free from the limitations or biases of the civil legal process. The investigation could have far-reaching consequences for WWE as a whole, as it will likely explore whether the company had knowledge of or was complicit in fostering an environment where such abuse could occur. Impact on Brock Lesnar's public image. The involvement of Brock Lesnar in this scandal has been deeply damaging to his public image. Once celebrated as the Beast incarnate, a dominant force in WWE, Lesnar's reputation is now marred by the serious allegations against him. The charges of sexual abuse and trafficking have cast a dark cloud over his career, drawing widespread media attention. Social media platforms, news outlets, and fans alike have been buzzing with discussion, fueling the scandal's impact. WWE has responded to this growing controversy by taking swift action to distance itself from Lesnar. Lesnar's removal from WWE events and programming has been one of the most immediate steps taken by the company. His absence from live shows and pay-per-view events has been noticeable, leaving fans shocked and disappointed by the situation. WWE has also pulled Lesnar's merchandise and digital content from its stores. Items featuring his likeness have been discontinued, and his character has been removed or downplayed in WWE video games. This move is a clear attempt by WWE to limit the fallout from the scandal and protect its brand image. Financial consequences for WWE. Lesnar's removal from WWE programming and merchandise lines has significant financial implications. As one of WWE's biggest stars, his merchandise sales had been a crucial revenue stream for the company. The sudden loss of these sales has likely had a negative effect on WWE's bottom line, especially with the absence of his brand being featured in video games and other WWE-related products. The decision to sideline Lesnar is a calculated attempt by WWE to distance itself from the controversy, but it comes at a financial cost. Uncertainty surrounding Lesnar's future in WWE. Lesnar's future in WWE is now shrouded in uncertainty. With the federal investigation ongoing and no clear resolution in sight, WWE is taking a cautious approach. The company is waiting for the investigation's findings before making any definitive decisions about his status. Speculation is rife about whether Lesnar will ever return to the ring, even if he is ultimately cleared of the accusations. The stigma associated with these allegations, particularly given their gravity, could be difficult for Lesnar to overcome. Even if the investigation clears him of wrongdoing, Lesnar's reputation has already been severely tarnished. The wrestling community, known for its passionate fan base, may struggle to fully embrace him again. The negative publicity surrounding Lesnar may be difficult to shake off, and the damage to his career could prove long-lasting. Historical allegations and scrutiny of Lesnar's past. The allegations against Brock Lesnar have sparked a broader investigation into his past behavior. Media outlets and fans have begun to re-examine his history, including previous controversies. One such incident dates back to his time in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, before he became a WWE superstar. Lesnar was involved in an altercation with his colleague Jim Cornette's girlfriend, which was characterized as sexual harassment. This event, recounted by Kenny Bolin in a Wrestling Shoot Interviews interview, suggests that this wasn't the first time Lesnar had been involved in sexual misconduct. The scrutiny of Lesnar's past actions, particularly in relation to sexual harassment, adds another layer of complexity to the current allegations. If these past behaviors are tied to the more recent accusations, it would indicate a troubling pattern of misconduct. The resurfacing of these allegations paints a much darker picture of the man who had once been seen as one of the most powerful figures in professional wrestling. Conclusion: a dark chapter in Lesnar's legacy. The fall of Brock Lesnar from WWE's apex is a dramatic and tragic shift in the world of professional wrestling. Once the embodiment of power and dominance, Lesnar is now faced with allegations that could potentially derail his entire career. The federal investigation will play a crucial role in determining the truth behind the accusations, but the damage to Lesnar's public image has already been done. Whether or not he is cleared of wrongdoing, the shadow of these allegations may continue to loom over his legacy, making it difficult for him to ever regain the same level of respect and admiration he once enjoyed in WWE. As the investigation continues, the wrestling world waits to see how the story will unfold and whether Lesnar will ever be able to reclaim his place among WWE's elite, or if his career has been irreparably tarnished. The controversy surrounding Brock Lesnar has only deepened with the resurfacing of past allegations and misconduct during his early years in the wrestling industry. These incidents, while previously overshadowed by his rise to fame, are now being scrutinized in light of the current scandal involving sexual abuse and trafficking. The combination of these new allegations and the retrospective focus on his past behavior makes Lesnar's personal conduct a central part of the ongoing narrative surrounding him. The charges against him and the broader discussion about his history of misconduct paint a much darker picture than the public persona he once maintained. Early allegations and misconduct in OVW. The account of Lesnar's actions during his early years in Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW, paints a troubling picture. As mentioned, Jim Cornette recounted an incident where Lesnar crossed boundaries with a fellow wrestler, Sin, by disregarding her personal request and engaging in inappropriate behavior. According to Kenny Bolin, a former OVW manager, Sin had specifically asked Lesnar not to touch her in certain areas due to a recent piercing, but Lesnar ignored her request, leading to a confrontation. Cornette, in response, became furious and even threatened Lesnar with violence, underscoring the severity of the situation. This early incident is significant because it highlights a troubling pattern of disrespectful behavior and lack of boundaries, even as Lesnar was just starting his career. While this could have been a one-off mistake or a misstep, it now raises red flags when viewed alongside the more recent and serious allegations. Terry Runnels' account of Lesnar's disrespectful behavior. The stories continue with Terry Runnels, a former WWE manager and wife of Dustin Goldust Runnels, recounting her own uncomfortable encounter with Lesnar. Runnels explained that during a backstage interaction at a WWE pay-per-view event, Lesnar exposed himself to her in what she described as a crude and inappropriate manner. Runnels made it clear that she did not sell the situation, meaning she didn't react or give him the attention he sought, but also emphasized that his behavior was unwarranted, especially considering her extensive experience in the business. This account paints a picture of Lesnar as someone who, in his early years, displayed a lack of professionalism and disregard for the women around him, despite the considerable support and mentorship he was receiving from veteran wrestlers like Dustin Runnels. Terry's comments further illustrate a broader pattern of disrespectful behavior toward women in the wrestling business, suggesting that Lesnar's personal conduct was less than exemplary from the very beginning of his career. The fallout. The broader impact on WWE. As the allegations against Brock Lesnar have gained traction, they have inevitably extended to a closer examination of WWE's culture and leadership. Vince McMahon and other high-profile figures within the company are also facing significant scrutiny for their alleged involvement in a wider pattern of abuse and exploitation. If these claims prove true, it will mark a severe blow to WWE's credibility and reputation, as it would suggest that these behaviors were not isolated incidents, but rather part of a larger, more pervasive culture within the organization. WWE, in its attempts to distance itself from Lesnar, is facing an identity crisis. The company had long presented itself as an entertainment juggernaut, but these allegations cast a long shadow on its image. The fact that Lesnar's actions, whether confirmed or alleged, were allowed to happen within the company, and that similar allegations continue to emerge, underscores significant problems in the WWE's oversight and organizational practices. The scrutiny now extends beyond individual behavior to the very culture that fostered it. Brock Lesnar's rise, from farm boy to wrestling icon. While his past misconducts now form part of the larger narrative surrounding Lesnar, it's important to recognize the context of his rise to fame, as it played a significant role in shaping the person he became in the public eye. Brock Lesnar's journey from a small farm in South Dakota to becoming one of the most dominant forces in professional wrestling is nothing short of extraordinary. Born in 1977, Lesnar's humble beginnings instilled in him a work ethic that would later become the foundation of his athletic career. Lesnar's early years were marked by rigorous physical labor on the farm, which helped build his impressive physicality. His natural talent for wrestling quickly became evident, and by his high school and college years, he was already excelling on the mat. He earned a scholarship to the University of Minnesota, where he went on to win the NCAA Division I Heavyweight Championship in 2000. His success in amateur wrestling helped him transition into the world of professional wrestling, where his natural charisma and intimidating physique made him an ideal candidate for WWE. In 2000, he signed a developmental contract with WWE, making his main roster debut just 2 years later. His introduction to the WWE audience was nothing short of spectacular, with Lesnar quickly being hyped as the next big thing. His early matches were impressive, showcasing both his strength and agility in the ring. By 2002, Lesnar was already competing for WWE's biggest prize, and in a stunning victory at SummerSlam 2002, he defeated The Rock to become the youngest WWE champion at just 25 years old. The Beast Incarnate, Lesnar's rise to power. Lesnar's meteoric rise was underscored by his overwhelming presence and unique wrestling style. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Lesnar blended technical wrestling skills with raw, unrelenting power. His time in WWE saw him defeat top talent, win multiple championships, and become a household name. His dominance in the ring led to his iconic Beast Incarnate persona, a character built on strength, intensity, and an aura of invincibility. However, despite his professional achievements, the personal side of Lesnar's life and past continues to cloud his legacy. The allegations surrounding him now threaten to overshadow his wrestling accomplishments, forcing fans and critics to reevaluate not only his actions, but the culture in which he rose to prominence. The path that took him from farm boy to wrestling icon now appears far more complicated and fraught with controversy, as the wrestling community and public face an uncertain future regarding his legacy. Brock Lesnar's career in professional wrestling has been defined by both unmatched athleticism and a ferocious in-ring presence, which made him one of the most dominant and memorable figures in WWE history. His ability to blend raw power with technical wrestling skills allowed him to execute signature moves like the F5 and Chimera Lock, which not only struck fear into his opponents, but became fan favorites. His matches were often fast-paced and intense, showcasing his ability to dominate even the most seasoned wrestlers. His path in WWE was marked by legendary rivalries, incredible feats, and a willingness to take risks that added to his mystique. Epic feuds and legendary matches. Lesnar's early WWE career saw him involved in some of the most intense and memorable rivalries in wrestling history. His clashes with legends like Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, and Big Show were iconic, but none more so than his feud with Kurt Angle. Their encounters, particularly at WrestleMania 19 in 2003, were among the most technically sound and hard-hitting matches in WWE's history. Lesnar emerged victorious from the battle, securing his second WWE championship. However, it was the infamous shooting star press he attempted during that match, and botched, that became one of the most talked-about moments of his career, demonstrating both his incredible athleticism and the risks he was willing to take. Lesnar's victory at WrestleMania 19 and his later battles with other WWE icons, such as The Rock, cemented his place in WWE lore. His incredible strength and explosive power made him a force to be reckoned with, and fans quickly embraced him as one of the company's top stars. Lesnar's departure and transition to MMA. In 2004, Lesnar shocked the wrestling world when he decided to leave WWE to pursue other opportunities, a move that would see him test his athletic limits in multiple sports. After briefly attempting a career in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings, he transitioned to mixed martial arts, MMA, where his raw athleticism and competitive spirit would find a new stage. Despite his limited experience in MMA, Lesnar's UFC debut was nothing short of spectacular. He went on to win the UFC Heavyweight Championship in 2008, becoming one of the most recognized faces in mixed martial arts. His crossover appeal, born from his WWE fame, helped bring new viewers to UFC, where his fights became some of the most watched events in the sport's history. However, Lesnar's MMA career was not without its struggles. After a diverticulitis diagnosis forced him to take time off, his career in MMA was cut short, and in 2011 he retired from the sport. His resilience, however, during his battles with health issues earned him admiration from fans and fighters alike, as he pushed through personal challenges with his trademark tenacity. Lesnar's return to WWE and continued dominance. In 2012, Lesnar made a triumphant return to WWE. bringing with him a wealth of experience from both the wrestling and MMA worlds. His return was marked by a dramatic, high-profile feud with John Cena, which reignited interest in his character. Lesnar's presence in WWE had evolved, now carrying the legitimacy of an MMA champion, which added a new layer of realism to his performances. His matches were no longer just spectacles, but rather real, hard-hitting contests that blurred the lines between wrestling and legitimate combat. His return in 2012 also saw some of his most dominant performances in WWE history, with matches against John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. One of the most iconic moments came at WrestleMania 30 in 2014, when Lesnar ended The Undertaker's legendary undefeated streak at the event. The shocking defeat of the dead man in front of a global audience shocked fans, marking Lesnar's dominance as an unstoppable force in the world of professional wrestling. Memorable matches and championships. Throughout his second WWE tenure, Lesnar's battles with top stars like Cena continued to produce unforgettable moments. The 2014 SummerSlam match between the two is considered one of the most dominant performances in WWE history. Lesnar defeated Cena in a one-sided match, delivering 16 German suplexes and solidifying his claim as one of the most devastating forces in the company. Lesnar's time in WWE has seen him win numerous championships, including the WWE Championship, Universal Championship, and victory in the King of the Ring tournament in 2002. His matches were always highly anticipated, drawing huge crowds and immense television ratings. As a champion, his dominance became synonymous with WWE itself, and his legacy as the Beast incarnate grew even more significant with each passing year. Lesnar's legacy. A dominant force. Despite his success in multiple sports and an undeniable legacy in WWE, Brock Lesnar's career is now marred by ongoing controversies that threaten to overshadow his achievements in the ring. While his rise from a farm boy in South Dakota to a global sports icon is a remarkable story of talent and perseverance, his actions outside the ring are now being scrutinized more intensely than ever before. The current allegations and the federal investigation surrounding him have left the future of his WWE career in question. Lesnar's career, marked by his incredible physicality, his dominant performances in both the ring and in MMA, and his iconic feuds, is now tangled with his troubling past, creating an increasingly complex legacy. Whether he will ever return to the WWE or be remembered as a larger-than-life character in professional wrestling history remains to be seen. Brock Lesnar's life, both inside and outside the ring, is a complex mixture of dominance, struggles, and personal growth. His incredible in-ring success, marked by his iconic rivalries and powerful performances, has defined his legacy in WWE and UFC. Yet behind the Beast incarnate persona lies a man who has faced his own personal challenges, including addiction, mental health issues, and a longing for a simple, private life away from the limelight. Lesnar's wrestling career. A dominant force. Lesnar's matches in WWE have consistently been some of the most intense and high-profile, often creating rivalries that captivate both die-hard wrestling fans and casual viewers alike. Whether it's his brutal encounters with Kurt Angle, Goldberg, or Roman Reigns, Lesnar's ability to dominate in the ring, combined with his signature suplexes and F5 finisher, has made him a standout performer in professional wrestling. His matches are frequently treated as special attractions, a testament to his unique blend of strength, agility, and intensity. Perhaps one of the most important factors in Lesnar's success is his cross-industry appeal, having transitioned from WWE to the UFC and back again. His involvement in mixed martial arts provided him with an authenticity and credibility that few wrestlers could match, which only amplified his allure as the Beast incarnate. This blend of legitimate athletic success and professional wrestling theatrics has allowed him to become a crossover star, drawing in MMA fans and casual audiences in addition to wrestling fans. The partnership between Lesnar and Paul Heyman has also been key to his career. As Lesnar's advocate, Heyman delivered some of the most compelling and memorable promos in WWE history, often enhancing the sense of invincibility surrounding Lesnar's character. Heyman's sharp words helped build anticipation for Lesnar's matches and solidified his reputation as a fearsome competitor who couldn't be stopped. The complex life of Brock Lesnar. Despite his larger-than-life persona in the ring, Brock Lesnar is a deeply private individual. Away from the cameras, Lesnar places a significant emphasis on his family life and his love for nature. He is married to former WWE diva Sable, Reyna Mero, and the couple has 2 sons, Turk and Duke. Additionally, Lesnar has twins, a son Luke and a daughter Maya, from a previous relationship. Family is central to his life, and he has worked hard to keep his personal affairs away from the public eye, preferring to let his professional career speak for itself. Growing up on a farm in rural South Dakota, Lesnar developed a love for the outdoors, and hunting has become one of his key passions. Hunting is more than a hobby for him. It's a way to disconnect and find peace, away from the intense demands of being a public figure. His farm in Saskatchewan, Canada, serves as a retreat where Lesnar can escape the hustle and bustle of his fame and reconnect with nature. This rural lifestyle speaks to his grounded nature and desire for simplicity in an otherwise chaotic career. However, Lesnar's life has not been without its battles. In his autobiography, Death Clutch: My Story of Determination, Domination, and Survival, he openly discussed his struggles with addiction to alcohol and painkillers during his early wrestling career. The physical demands of professional wrestling, combined with the pressures of fame, led him down a difficult path. Despite his intimidating on-screen persona, Lesnar is not immune to the struggles many face in private life. Lesnar has also been candid about his mental health challenges, acknowledging that he suffers from anxiety. In an interview on The Pat McAfee Show, he revealed how difficult it can be to manage his mental health, particularly after performing in front of large crowds. He described how after such events, he would often retreat to his farm in Saskatchewan, where he could hibernate and recover. He shared how the intense nature of his public appearances leads him to experience crashes, and how he uses time alone in nature to manage his mental state. Lesnar's ability to acknowledge his vulnerabilities, despite his tough exterior, adds another layer to his complex character. While he may seem invincible in the ring, his personal life reflects the challenges faced by many individuals, even those who seem to have it all. Legacy: a multifaceted icon. Brock Lesnar's legacy is defined by dominance inside the ring, but it is also shaped by his personal growth and vulnerability outside of it. His unmatched athletic ability, intense rivalries, and crossover appeal in both WWE and UFC have made him one of the most iconic figures in the history of sports entertainment. Yet, his journey is also a reminder that even the most formidable individuals are not immune to the personal challenges that come with fame, mental health, and addiction. Lesnar's story is one of determination, survival, and an enduring desire to remain true to himself, whether he's facing down competitors in the ring or navigating his personal battles behind the scenes. His continued success in both wrestling and beyond has made him an unparalleled figure in sports entertainment, and his story continues to evolve, offering fans a rare glimpse into the real man behind the beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar's journey, both in and out of the ring, has been shaped by the intense pressures of his career, personal battles, and controversies. While his tough exterior and resilience are clear from his athletic achievements, his struggles with anxiety and his complicated upbringing offer a deeper understanding of the man behind the larger-than-life persona of the beast incarnate. The impact of anxiety and the need to recharge. Lesnar has been open about the anxiety he experiences after performing in front of large crowds. As he explained, this anxiety has been a constant in his life. The exhaustion from being in front of audiences takes a toll on him mentally, and he needs to disconnect and recharge in solitude. This need for alone time is integral to his process, and he often retreats to his farm in Saskatchewan to recover from the intensity of his public appearances. His candidness about this struggle is a reminder that even the most physically dominant individuals experience vulnerability and the importance of mental well-being. A tough upbringing in South Dakota. Lesnar's early life in Webster, South Dakota, was marked by the culture of street fighting. Growing up as the youngest of 3 brothers, Lesnar was surrounded by a lifestyle of constant physical confrontation, which ultimately shaped his own approach to the world. He spoke about how his family was known for getting into street fights, with his brothers even getting into trouble with the law. This atmosphere of violence and resilience helped form the foundation of his tough exterior, which would later become a defining trait in both his wrestling and MMA careers. However, Lesnar's childhood was also marked by the stigma that came with this reputation, something that weighed heavily on him as he matured. Controversies. Legal and doping issues. Lesnar's career has not been without controversy. One of the earlier incidents occurred in 2001, when he was still in WWE's developmental territory. He was arrested on suspicion of possessing illegal substances, though the charges were later dropped when it was revealed that the substances were not actually illegal. Despite the dismissal of the charges, the incident brought unwanted attention to Lesnar at a time when he was trying to establish himself as a future star in WWE. A more significant controversy occurred in 2016, following his victory at UFC 200. Lesnar was flagged for a potential anti-doping violation after testing positive for a banned substance, clomiphene, which is commonly used to counteract the side effects of steroid use. This violation led to a 1-year suspension from MMA and a fine, adding another chapter of scrutiny to his career. Despite these controversies, Lesnar's dedication to his craft, combined with his unparalleled physical talent, allowed him to continue thriving in both WWE and UFC, maintaining his status as a top athlete in both worlds. Legacy and personal growth. Brock Lesnar's life and career are a testament to the complexity of the individual behind the public persona. While he is known for his dominance and intensity in the ring, his struggles with mental health and anxiety provide a more human side to the beast. His upbringing in a fighting culture, his ability to overcome controversies, and his perseverance through personal challenges have all contributed to making him a legend in the worlds of both professional wrestling and MMA. Ultimately, Lesnar's story reflects not just the rise of a dominant athlete, but the real-life struggles of someone who has had to contend with both the demands of fame and the personal battles that come with it. His ability to continue thriving in the spotlight, despite these challenges, is a testament to his resilience and determination to maintain his legacy as one of the most iconic figures in modern sports.